AITA for telling my husband I'd rather nobody use my holiday booking out of spite. My 23F husband, 27M, and I have been together for 5 years. Married for 3. We're both athletic people, or at least I used to be. So we've been planning a holiday for the past year. Without going into major details, it's an expensive, by my standards, holiday, and it would have involved a lot of hiking. I was looking forward to it. I was in an accident recently and, once again without going into much detail as it's triggering, lost my leg. It's upsetting, but I'm not in a place to openly speak about it outside of therapy. Obviously, due to this recent restriction, I'm unable to do what we'd planned for our holiday. I hadn't thought about the holiday. It's non-refundable. I had expected my husband to not want to go. Currently his family haven't asked once. Now I am, and my family claim it's hard to be around me because they don't know how to support me, whatever. He said yesterday he invited his sister, 19, in my place. I was baffled because I expected him to support me. He said it's not for 2 months. I'm like, so? Cancel and something we can both do. He said he needs a break, that he's been supporting me. He deserves this, and he was also looking forward to it. So I said, you go. But I paid for my spot, so no, she can't use it. He asked if I'm being serious, that it's spiteful. His sister hasn't done anything. I said she hasn't asked me once how I'm doing. She texted me last week for £150. Why should she get a free holiday? Anyway, he's upset, claiming he'll still go and pay for his sister, which he won't. Since A, it's expensive, and B, last I checked, fully booked. AITA? I'd ask family or friends, but I don't feel like texting them. NTA. My husband and I once canceled a vacation over a sick dog. And not, like, at death's door sick. Just uncomfortable and sad, and we knew he'd have to sit in a cage for a week at the vets, since they were the only ones who would take them. The idea that he wouldn't cancel a vacation over his spouse being unable to go due to a traumatic injury is absolutely gut-wrenching. Info. Have you checked insurance? Maybe the holiday company will be sympathetic if you explain. You may get a refund or alternative holiday that you can do. As a physiotherapist, I have worked with patients after amputations, some after accidents. It is such a distressing experience, and it is hard to count all the aspects of your life this impacts. Many young, athletic people who lose limbs will enter a total identity crisis on top of the grief that comes with losing a limb, parts of your future, hiking, and all sorts of things. This is really hard to go through. Your husband should be there for you and probably go to therapy himself to deal with his own feelings. We used to put children who lost limbs in the same training area as soldiers. This helped the children feel better and made them want to train. Use their prosthetics, and the soldiers were amazing. You seem so alone in this, and I am so sorry for that. Now, some people mention your husband might be burned out. My BF was severely depressed for about a year. Was it hard for me? Yes. Was it much harder for him? Yep. I stood by him, helped him, comforted him, and showed him how much I love him every day. It was worth it, and it makes me so happy to see him thrive now. Your husband needs to do better. Your husband should not go on that trip without you. Some might say that you could be the bigger person and be happy for him and his sister enjoying said trip, but you lost your leg. You are not, in any way, supposed to be the bigger person here. This is about you. You should be supported. You should feel loved and like the highest priority right now. Your feelings are so valid, and the things you are going through are immensely hard. You are doing pretty awesome, I think, and I hope you get the help you need. It will get better, but it can take time, and that is okay. TL. Dr. NTA, you have experienced something very traumatic. Things should be about you. ATM. NTA. Do you have travel insurance? Because your accident should allow you to claim the whole trip cost back, including your traveling companions. Even if you don't, an email and copy of a medical letter would trigger many hotels, airlines to refund you even if this is outside their T&Cs. Sending good wishes. NTA. This feels very callous to me. I can't imagine how someone could enjoy a holiday when a person they love is at home hurting. I'd be glued to you op. I feel like I want to come help you now, and I am a freaking internet stranger. I am so sorry this happened to you, and I hope the people in your life see what you are going through isn't about them. NTA. I cannot imagine my husband going on a hiking vacation when I've lost a leg, let alone casually replacing me with his sister for the trip. The worst times in our lives also show us who the people around us truly are. Sometimes the support is awesome and it deepens those relationships. Sometimes, as with your husband's family and your husband, we get to see how shallow they are, and it's so hard to deal with on top of those worst times. I've discovered that in my life as well, and it is the pits. I'm sorry. Maybe it's time for a serious sit-down with your husband to talk about what you need from him, and to talk about how he is doing, if he is providing care for you. Is burnout his problem, or is he truly uncaring? If it's the second, you deserve better than him. His family sounds hopeless, and I would limit contact with them, as every contact is going to be the opposite of the support you need. NTA. And op, non-refundable, is often negotiable. Especially if you lost a leg. You might be able to cancel it and get the money back. NTA, especially when the sister hasn't been there for you. I also don't think it would make you the asshole if you were upset about your husband not agreeing to plan a new vacation you could both participate in. I understand he might need a break, and that's fine. But does the break have to be going on a vacation you had originally planned to spend together and taking someone else in your place? Plus, after everything you've been through, I'm sure you could also use a break. NTA. Your trauma is still fresh and you're still working on getting through it, which is completely understandable. Looks like at best, your husband is falling for the sunk cost fallacy regarding the trip being non-refundable. At worst, he's an inconsiderate prick. NTA. It's crazy inconsiderate for him to just plan to go on the holiday with someone else. NTA. But hear me out. I have a friend on a similar situation. I kind of get how the people around you could feel like walking on eggshell for not wanting to upset you. That much I get. Still not calling and only reaching to beg for money. No, that part is total entitled territory. Now, the trip is in a couple of months. Paid and not refundable. Check the area. If they have accessible activities. If the place has a spa. Go and pamper yourself. Go and get a facial. What I mean, go and try to feel normal. Maybe next year you'll be able to do more physical activities. This is something I've learned from my friend. We have dates to do our hair, nails, get a coffee, and we're at a point in that I forget she's in a wheelchair for the time being. She's now waiting on a prosthetic. Good luck. NTA. That's cruel as hell. NTA. Everyone around you sounds cold. I'm sure you also need a break from what happened to you, and it's never coming. You husband and his family sound like real pieces of work. I'm sorry it's been hard, and I hope it gets better for you. NTA. Way for everyone to make your situation about anyone but you. Yes, people might not know how to treat you now, but their discomfort is not the issue here. You should be the priority while you are dealing with a life-changing situation. Or maybe they could ask you, how can we help or be there for you? It's not that hard. As someone else said, people show you who they are when tragedy strikes. Believe them. NTA. 100% NTA. I'm so sorry for what has happened to you. I hope you find good people to support you through this terrible time. Husband, however, equals major awe. NTA. You'd obviously be upset since you lost your leg recently. His family wants to avoid you because it makes them uncomfortable. He will still go on vacation anyway. It's like you have no support. That sucks. InTA. You just had a major loss and you're not going to be okay for some time. The holiday isn't for 2 months. But you're not going to magically heal like in a video game. Him going on your super cute active couples trip without you is extra lame. NTA. Your husband is inconsiderate and cruel. I'd always 100% support and stand by my partner. And I wouldn't ever come up with the idea to offer my wife's trip to my sister. If she wanted to go, she would have needed to book for herself. Your husband is in awe in this situation and you're absolutely entitled to your reaction. His sister is not entitled to receive something you paid for. I really don't understand how people can be so cruel and insensitive towards their so-called significant other who's suffering. After what happened to you, your husband proved himself to be. I have no words left for that! Exclamation mark. NTA. All the best to you for your recovery. Contact the travel agency and ask for a refund. In cases like this, sometimes the non-refundable become refundable.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.